Hi everyone, so today we have another review for the BAIWEI TW-1031, which is the KO of the Studio Series Leader Class skirt from the rotb movie. Just by looking at the front of the figures, we can already tell that these figures have a lot of differences in comparison to the original Studio Series Leader Class from Hasbro and Takara. So if we take this and look at it closely, you can see that the head is different mostly. This head is definitely more accurate to the movie design as opposed to the Studio Series head, which is based on the concept art. And I just noticed that this head doesn't have a removable mask, so this mask head is the only head that you get in here. But at least for the neck region, it's much shorter than the Studio Series one, so because of that, it's also more accurate than the Studio Series. As we go to the chest region, we also see that this one have metal part right here. So those part that I'm touching right now, those are made of metal. So that's also different for the Studio Series figures. And of course, on the Studio Series figures, we don't have the correct shoulder piece. On the Studio Series, they will have this type of shoulder piece. So when these figures got delivered, they still got attached with this original shoulder piece. And because this figure already includes the more accurate shoulder armor, so I also just put that onto the figures. That's why he looked nicer. But keep in mind that if you are about to transform this guy into vehicle mode, then you still have to swap out this new shoulder part for the old part so that it can be transformable. Even for the shoulder part, although they are KO figures, of course they cannot include all of the insignia. We still try to put a little molded details here. From here we can tell that it's probably another Terracon and maybe an Autobot. As we go down to left arm right here, we can see that it actually have articulated finger. For the original arm of the Studio Series figures will look more like this arm right here. This arm also come with this specific figure. For this new hand, we can see that it's got one point articulation here. That's another extra articulation right in the middle of the fingers. For the middle part of this, they are a little different as well. You can see that the peg is different, and this of course can be rotated. Then for the original one, they are not rotatable. And then as we go to the other arm, you can see that the new weapon is like this. It's not much different from the original Studio Series figure. The plastic is actually very thick, so it's not pointy or sharp. And as we go down here, of course, on the leg, we'll see more differences in comparison to the Studio Series figures. Firstly, the feet. Those ones are totally different from the design of the Studio Series feet or any of the previous KO figures of the Studio Series skirt. Then on the feet, you can see that we have two shiny parts here. One on that feet and the other one on this feet. Those are metal part as well. So that's another metal part on the figures. One thing I noticed right away is that this joint for the legs is very loose. So it's gonna give you a hard time to actually pose this guy because this is so loose. Versus they actually improve a lot of joints on the legs. Specifically this joint right here, it's become a ratchet joint. And then even for this knee joint right here, you can hear it also have that ratchet joint as well. So that is really good. And even down here, they're not really ratchet, but the friction joint is very tight. So that's very good as well. I just don't know why for this leg joint, they just are very loose. So we probably have to do something to fix that. So for the overall look, this guy looked incredible. Because I never owned the original Studio Series figure, so I'm not exactly sure. For when we look sideways like this, is there any difference between this and the Studio Series figures? Yeah, just let me know in the comment. And then as we go to the back of the figures, of course we have a significant improvement here because on the original Studio Series figure, this part actually owned transparent orange plastic and they got painted with the red part. But in here, they actually make that entirely regular plastic, and then only some of the window piece are actually transparent plastic. So that's good. Give this guy a little more stability when we play with them because regular plastic will be more stable and they are not prone to being broken like the transparent plastic. Let's do a quick comparison with this guy. Let's bring in the previous BAIWEI figures. So this one is TW-1031. We have TW-1030, which is this BAIWEI Optimus figures over here. So you can see that they look really nice together. And of course the TW-30 BAIWEI Optimus is actually my custom painted version. So that's why you can see that he has a different paint job from a brand new one. So you can see that the height difference between those two is very good. Scourge is a little taller than Optimus, but not too tall. Yeah, they look awesome together. Imagine that this guy got painted up as well. You will see that. You see how good they look together. And then take this guy out. We have the MXZ Optimus Prime as well, which is an oversized of the Studio Series Optimus Prime. You can see that the MXZ definitely is taller than this little class KO Studio Series skirt. So those two definitely don't scale well together. So if you want to scale this Optimus with a skirt, probably go with the YOLO part non-transformable skirt. So far, that's the only one actually scale well with this MXZ Optimus. And then if we bring in other Studio Series figures, we have Terracon Nova Ken here. That's how they scale together. Nova Ken is tiny in comparison to this skirt. But in the movie, he's even smaller because he was able to climb up on the shoulder of skirt and he looked very tiny in those scenes. And then if we take this guy out, we have Studio Series Rhinox in his Rhino mode. You can see that this guy is also a custom painted. That's why he looked like this. Skirt towered over this guy in Rhino mode. Look at that. So definitely in Rhino mode, Rhinox won't be able to fight with skirt. And then if we put on the Studio Series RC, so if RC stand by herself, it's just gonna be that tall in comparison to skirt. So as you can see, she's tiny in comparison to skirt, but that makes sense because she's a core class. And then if you put RC on top of Rhinox, like how she fight in the final battle in the movie, you can see that the scale will be like that. Skirt will still be taller even after RC stand up on the back of Rhinox like that, but they look really good together. And then let's go over the accessory of this guy. So as I mentioned before, this guy actually have the original arm, but because we had a better arm on here, so this accessory become kind of useless. And then also because of the shoulder part that I mentioned earlier, we also have the original shoulder part, so those one only play a part when we actually transform the Studio Series skirt. But if you only want him to be in robot mode, then those parts are of course useless as well. And then of course we still have the gun arm. We will have to take this arm and then just plug on this arm by itself like that. So here is how skirt look with his arm cannon. This arm cannon actually is only black plastic in colors, so the color scheme doesn't match with the overall figure. So other than the loose leg joints, this guy actually have a loose arm as well. So as you can see that it doesn't take much force to actually remove his arm, which is such a shame as well. They can just thicken up that peg over there and then we wouldn't have any problem with actually displaying this guy. Otherwise, this arm, be careful with it because it can come off very easily. And then the last accessories that we have with this skirt is this metal chains over here that can be put onto his chest. That part is pretty decent as well. So if we custom paint him with this specific chain, it's gonna look more accurate than any of the other current skirt on the market. But have you ever wondered how this guy is in comparison to the other skirt that got the upgrade kit? For example, the TZ-01 skirt with the MC-01 upgrade kit. Actually look at some of the part and they are actually a lot different. If we go over some of the part that I have for the MC-01 upgrade kit, we can see that firstly for the arm, the weapon on the MC-01 is actually super sharp in comparison to the weapon for the BAIWEI one. This BAIWEI weapon is very similar to your original Studio Series figure, so they're very dull and pretty short and small as well. So this weapon definitely look better. And then on the armor, the BAIWEI one, he doesn't have articulated fingers on his thumb over here. But on their MC01 upgrade kit, you can see here this one also got repainted. That's why he has individual finger articulation. And then of course the thumb is also articulated. So this arm is definitely better than the Baiwei arm. So I might just use this arm later. And other than the arm, even the other arm, they're actually different as well, because if you take this off, look at the detail. The details on the MC01 upgrade kit actually have more details on here in comparison to this, which look very flat. And then the chain details, this one is a little smaller. Even for the middle part of the arm, when you open, you can see that the middle part over here, they actually got that small piece. It was supposed to represent the parasite piece that Scourge used to shoot into Eraser to control her. So that piece is missing on the Baiwei one. So definitely this a win for the MC01. And then for the arm part, actually when you open the hand tightly like this, you'll see that the fingers on the MC01, they actually are longer and they are not straight, they're crooked like that. But that actually give it a more accurate scent. I feel like it's feel more natural and just creepier in general. This looks too simple. And then it's shorter as well. So I think that's another win for the MC01. I might use this later for this figure. So if I plug this in here, let's just see whether we can actually have it on here. Yes, they are definitely compatible. So look at that. That's already look better. This is a way bigger arm. Let's take this off. And actually it's plugged in tighter than the original arm from the Baiwei one as well. And then the most important things that we have, which is different between the Baiwei and the MC01 skirt, is actually the head. For the MC01 head, actually a separate head, battle damaged heads, as you can see in here, with battle mask. And the mask can be attached on here as a separate piece. So this is how the mask look like, and it can be put onto this head, which will look kind of like this. And look at that. They're actually different movie accuracy, and this head is the mask just have to stay there. So I think this head also win. It has so much details on here. Look at that. In comparison to the Baiwei head, and the Baiwei head also have this orange transparent plastic there. For some reason, it just doesn't look natural, as opposed to this guy, which is just a sole pure plastic. But of course, this also got custom painted. That's why he looked like this. And then for this mask, because the mask is separately put on, we actually have the broken mask as well. Look at this. So this head, I think it's definitely win against that head in terms of functionality and movie accuracy. But I think for the face with the mask on, this mask actually look pretty good. It's look better than this face being put with this mask on. It's just a little better. I think so, because after we put this on, it look a little strange. But that definitely look more natural. Of course, this guy have all of the functionality. You can actually take off that mask and then see this broken face, and we also have the other broken mask to go with this as well. So those are the most significant difference. But of course, we also have the part of the legs that can be put on to here. I think Baiwei already integrated the legs part onto here, so their leg is pretty good already, just except for this loose joints. But definitely, as I mentioned before, with the arm, both of the arm and the head, I think if you have the MC01 upgrade kit, you can put them onto these figures to make the ultimate Studio Series skirt figure. If you are curious of how this guy will look after being integrated with all of the MC01 kit, let's wait for my other videos, and they definitely come out. And if you want to learn how to custom paint this guy, let's wait for my tutorial. It's definitely come out as well. Overall, I think this figure is still a very good one, especially for its price. For right now, I see that it's even go for less than $20. That's an incredible price. So for the price, this is definitely worth it. Good luck hunting for this guy.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise, Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces.
Your subscription means a lot to us.